Been like with the new coaches here, and how much have you guys gelled with them?
We gelled a lot. I think the last staff really did a good job with special teams. Just kind of, with our kind of scheme and everything, like hasn't changed a bunch. I guess. Like I think there's limited things you could change in terms of compared to offense and defense. But I think this group that came in is really involved. Coach Eckler and all the way down through the QCs and student assistants and guys that are with us every single day. We've really had a chance this summer to really come together as a team, and also with our group especially. We have a lot of freshmen in this year, and so we're looking forward to what's to come. And really I think the biggest thing for me is just kind of how involved the coaches have been, and talking with me and some of the other guys about what we like, what we don't like in scheme, and really involving us in kind of the process of coming up with everything. So
you mentioned the coaches. Who are some of the coaches that, obviously Coach Eckler, but in terms of technique that help you out with that? Because not all the coaches have that technique background for punting. Who's helping you out with that specifically?
Right, so Coach Eck is obviously the coordinator, and he has a lot of background, at other schools and special teams, and so he's knowledgeable of what we do and kind of what goes into it on a daily basis. I'd say for our position, a lot of it is on you in terms of your own development and everything. Like you mentioned, a lot of times in college or whatever, there might not be coaches that are as knowledgeable because they might have played a different position growing up, whatever it may be. But we have some QCs that are around. Jacob Branowski's around some, and Kyle Blocker are some guys that help us out in the facilities and watching film and those type of things, breaking that stuff down. So a lot of it for us is really just breaking down film and really on us, a lot of it. So
a lot of times place kickers have kicking coaches in the off season. Is there anywhere you went or anyone you leaned on this summer to kind of help you advance your game?
So I train a lot with Dan Horner. He's a guy out of North Carolina. That's kind of been my guy since high school. He's kind of helped me. I've also worked with Coles in the past. I wasn't able to get out there with them this summer. A lot of my time was spent here, really, with our guys, trying to help develop some of our young guys, as well as myself helping them. And so I think for me, it was mainly just spending time on my own and being able to kind of reflect on what happened last season and how I did and how I can improve. But some of that time was spent back home training with Dan Horner. So yeah.
What kind of wild man is Coach Eckler?
He's fun to be around. I'll tell you, there's not a day that he comes in, he doesn't have energy, and every single day he asks you how you're doing. If you say good, that's not good enough for him. It's got to be great or fantastic or something else. He's full of energy, and that really helps us. All of his special teams meetings, he makes special teams fun for the whole team. And as a specialist, that's very important to me, because that kind of brings an emphasis for the guys and makes it interesting versus being another boring special teams meeting and everything. So I think that's helped a ton in terms of the perception of special teams within our team. So.
Sorry, go ahead.
And you've been here a couple of years, and you've done some different stuff. I mean, you've kicked off, you've punted, you've done some different